your boy Young Chris, back at it again with a new vid from 901 Kicks. Yeah, so today we got another dope unboxing. This pickup, this was September the 28th, this past Saturday. I really meant to do this this review on this shoe that day when I picked it up. So much going on this weekend, just didn't have time. But I'm finna go ahead and bring y'all this video now. Let y'all get to see the shoe pretty much everywhere online, on Nike sneakers app, all the stores here in my city, because they only got them in Foot Action and Foot Locker. They're pretty much sold out unless somebody probably brought returns or they're like really big sizes or something like that. As far as I know, they gone. And a lot of people didn't like this shoe. A lot of people didn't even really just know about this shoe. It's kind of one of those shoes that flew up on the radar. It was very limited. And honestly, I think it's dope, personally. But, you know, to each his own, you know how that goes. Eventually, this might be like one of those collector type shoes, because it has a lot of cool, unique details to this shoe that you don't find on any other Jordans. And then especially on top of that, it is Jordan 1s. So, but let's go ahead and get into it. But first, if this is your first time to the channel, definitely please do like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Let's chop it up in the comment section. As always, I appreciate getting to know each and every one of y'all. The channel's growing. I'm blessed. I appreciate everything. I mean that. And hey, let's go and get into another dope unboxing. So, here's the bag. This particular pair right here, because I actually won quite a few of them, but this particular one I actually picked up at Foot Locker. This is a personal size 10. And let's see, long receipt, and they stapled my little coupon to it. But pretty much, as y'all see, they got a receipt for this junk, and put that over there. Standard Nike box, red Nike, black box. They got this new label on here. It reads Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG, white, dynamic yellow, and black. This is a size 10. Suggested retail is $160. It's got that QR code plus the chip behind it. And then you see that label. Then also on the lid, it also has another label. Usually you always see those from Foot Locker, Champs, or Foot Action. Typically these right here. So there's one indication where you might have got that from. Popping the lid. It do smell like Jordan 1s, but it does have a little bit of a distinct smell to it. On that lid, you have a stamp, lot number, maybe. So that's that. Nothing else on there. And then, opening up, here go the shoes. I think these just fine. I know a lot of people don't like the perforated leather. Personally, I could have done without the perforated leather myself too. But I don't think it kills the shoe. That's just me. If it was a solid, smooth, kind of tumble leather, I think a lot of people would have loved this shoe a lot more and really just try to jump on it. But because of the perforations, a lot of people kind of like, I'm straight on that. But it does have that kind of wrinkly kind of look to it. But it's actually quite soft. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. It's not hard, because I had the what you call them, the Phantom ones, and it had this same type of kind of wrinkly, balled up paper, whatever look to it. And that leather was like real kind of stiff. And I mean, even the same thing with the turbo greens or those crimson tints up there. Like their little side panels, like they alright, but this right here, I don't know if it's just because of the perforations, is actually a lot smoother and softer to a touch. But let's go ahead and get to some of the details. I'll set this shoe down. Of course, it comes with an extra set of laces. This is you know, the same type of, and it's not like yellow, it's kind of like a highlighter, neon, kind of like real bright fluorescent type yellow. It's just like the shirt that I got on, like this is like a university gold type yellow, and this is way different. You can see, but you get that. And then of course you have you see the Wings logo up there, but right below it has like a little tab, and it has Jordan's signature. So that is very unique. Far as I know, there's not a pair of Jordan 1s that has ever released with his signature on it, except for I think those ones that dropped earlier this year for the charity thing they did for Charlotte. But other than that, I think that's the only ones. And then on the back portion of it, you had his barcode, and his barcode has some of his career stats on it. So as you can see right here, it has 32,292. So and it averaged 30.1 points per game. Then 6,672, and it averaged 6.2 rebounds per game. And then right here is 5,633, and that's 5.3 average. What's that? Assists per game? Yeah, that's assists per game. So that's pretty neat. You got the 2-3 with the recycle type, I guess, logo. And then you have this other barcode, which it says first class flight, MJ, MJ4, AJ 1023, whatever that could mean. I have no idea. The sole, that same, really bright yellow. Going up to the tongue, that normal nylon tongue, but it has red stitching around it. And then this is like it's like a piece of leather. So usually it has like the little nylon tab with the Nike Air on it. But this is like a yellow kind of like piece of leather or something. So that right there in itself, that's pretty different. Of course, behind the tongue, it says all the same stuff it would say on the nylon tab. Pulling out the Chute Tree. And as you see, Chute Tree 10 to 10.5. And the insole is that same color insole with a black Nike Air on it. And the production date for this particular shoe was 4/16/19, pretty much about a two-month production run. So they took a little bit of time with it. So, that's pretty good. Taking out the insole, it's glued down a little bit in there. So as you see up in there, there's a couple holes in there. You see the tabs. Well, not a tab, but a piece of tape just holding down some of the strings in there. And, blue on the back of the insole. Just all for legit check purposes. I mean, honestly, I don't think nobody really knows the number amount for this shoe. But it couldn't have been a lot. It's no way they made a lot of shoes, because, like, most of the stores here, which I know, like, even bigger cities might have got a little bit more. But most of the stores here only got like 10 to 20 pairs max, and that's like at our biggest store that we got here in Memphis. So these shoes were pretty limited. So if you slept and thinking, like, I know a lot of people kept saying, oh, these gonna go to outlets and all that kind of stuff. I doubt this shoe gonna go to the outlets. If it does, it's gonna be one of those things where maybe some people might have returned it and they just sitting in Nike, and they eventually send them to outlets. But this ain't no outlet bound shoe. And I know I was trying to put the insole back in there, so I wasn't showing the shoe the whole time. But I think this is a dope shoe. Glad to have it in the collection. I'm gonna get ready to, I don't know, I might end up lacing this joint up. I might end up going ahead and throw this joint on feet. I still gotta find a certain shoe. I mean, not shoe, but shirt that's gonna go with this, because it's a different type of yellow. Oh yeah, another thing. So on this side of the shoe, it has a white swoosh, and it has like a little bit of like a yellow outline on the bottom and the top of the swoosh, pretty much. Then you go to the inside of the shoe, it has a yellow swoosh. So that's pretty neat too. Preferably, I would have rather them switch the swooshes and the yellow one be on the outside and the white one be on the inside. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I think it's pretty dope. Or either at least had the swoosh, the same color swoosh on both sides. Because I think a little bit, like this side is like, it's kind of plain. Like, you know, it really doesn't have a lot to it. I think probably this Wings logo could have been black just to give it a little bit of pop. I mean, on this side, it's just kind of basic. It's just white, and then it just has the, you know, the yellow trimmings around it. But then you go on this side, on the inside of the shoe, that's where you get a lot of the big details. So, but hey, I can't complain. Glad I got it. Got it for a good price. You know, I paid retail for it. Didn't have to pay resale, which resale is not high at this very moment, which it could potentially go up. Who knows? You know, with stuff like that, you know, hype, if anybody famous wears this shoe or something like that, or, you know, people realize how limited this is, you know, the resale might shoot back up. I know I looked on StockX, and, you know, there's probably some people that are going to be super mad about it. But like earlier on, like in August and stuff like that, when they first started really kind of showing a lot of detailed pictures of the shoe and stuff like that, there was people who was paying $700, $500, $400, you know, all up to like probably maybe about a week ago. That's when the resale just like really just died down to where it's like maybe around $200 right now. So like the resale hype was there. It's just, you know, I guess a lot of people just didn't take to it. But, as always, this is another review from 901's 5 Kicks. And hey, we out this junk. Peace.
Sauce, I got 2 more sauce. Dripping sauce, I be dripping sauce. 2 more sauce, I got 2 more sauce.